Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy.
We want the names of every pedophile on that list. You siding with the devil when you say it don't exist. Hey, Trump, where that list at? Protecting pedophiles, make me feel you on that list, Jack. Where that list? Now everybody pissed. All of a sudden you telling everyone that it don't exist. What a shame, you a Judas, you betray us with a kiss. It's a game that y'all playing now and everything is fixed. Look, we just wanna lock these pedos up for their sex crimes. Epstein didn't kill himself, you lying with intense pride. If it was me, I'd line him up and get that Tech 9 and test my aim, hunt my game, it'd be the best time. Seem like y'all just wanna keep it on the hush, but I wanna forget that you sweep it under the rug. You best believe that we ain't never gonna forget this, and y'all a bunch of pedophiles until we get that F list. And this is where we stand up for the innocent. The line's been drawn for the kids, I am going militant. You lost touch and it seems that you don't know the core. Protecting pedophiles ain't what we voted for. We want the names of every pedophile on that list. You siding with the devil when you say it don't exist. Hey, Trump, where that list at? Protecting pedophiles, make me feel you on that list, Jack. We want the names of every pedophile on that list. You siding with the devil when you say it don't exist. Hey, Trump, where that list at? Protecting pedophiles, make me feel you on that list, Jack. It ain't left versus right, it's good versus evil. Birds of the same flock, polluting all the people. And yeah, that's right, we gon' keep talking about that Epstein. You seeming kinda sus, now you don't care about that pet ring. They politicians being politicians. You said that you'd expose it, but we see an opposition. In bed with Netanyahu, and now you off the mission. Putting other countries first, now you leading with suspicion. Now that Epstein's closed, and that Diddy got away with it. The rich do what they want, and we the people steady taking it. Y'all know every name upon that list, but you ain't naming it. But you can't hide from God, he coming back, he gon' be shaking it. You piling up iniquity, your sins are sky high. You gon' pay the price for when you turn a blind eye. While all the innocent blood from all these battered kids cries out, you'll be thrown into the lake to bake, it ain't no time out. We want the names of every pedophile on that list. You siding with the devil when you say it don't exist. Hey, Trump, where that list at? Protecting pedophiles, make me feel you on that list, Jack. We want the names of every pedophile on that list. You siding with the devil when you say it don't exist. Hey, Trump, where that list at? Protecting pedophiles, make me feel you on that list, Jack.
All right, welcome back to the podcast, Two Protects One. And we're back, all right? We're back. And we're talking about politics tonight. Whether you like it or not, we are talking about the Epstein client list. All right? The list that doesn't exist. It no longer exists. The DOJ said, what list? Oh, that list? Yeah, never existed. And guess what? Epstein didn't kill himself. Fucking imagine that. So we've been lied to. We've been made to believe there's no list, there's no pedophile ring, there's nothing. Alright? It was all a figment of your imagination. That island, Epstein Island, that shit didn't exist either. Alright? What the fuck? You think you're gonna question them? You know, yeah. You're an idiot if you think all that shit existed. Or hear me out. Hear me out. All right? Or it's one big cover-up. And basically what we're going to talk about tonight is we're just going to talk about, the right-wing fallout. What are the people on the right really talking about? What are they really, how did they feel about it? Okay, some of the most prominent right-wing influencers, what do they think about it? Okay, I can see there's like one way, like it's like one way or the other. Either you're like making excuses for Trump and the Trump administration and the DOJ about coming out and saying there was no list, or you're going, what the fuck is really going on? And you've just taken the whole pill bottle of black pills and you said, fuck this. I'm no longer riding on this ride. I'm getting the fuck off. So, I can honestly say I'm probably leaning towards more of, taking the whole bottle of black pills and just saying fuck it and not talk about, or not so much not talking about politics, but, not fucking with Trump. And, I will say this, the Trump administration so far in the first 6 months has been super disappointing. Super disappointing. And I'll say this, I've been a Trump supporter for 10 years. All right, I've voted for him 3 times. All right, I do believe he won in 2020. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. But his second term so far has been super disappointing. It's been a whole lot of Israel ass kissing. All right, now we're sending more weapons to Ukraine. We're sending billions of dollars to Israel every year. He just called Bibi Netanyahu the other day, just called him one of the best people in the world or some fucking bullshit like that. He's basically come out the other day and said that Israel is the greatest country in the world. Yeah, I don't agree with none of that shit. So, and then we're talking about closing the border, okay? Removing all the illegal immigrants, all right? And then all of a sudden we're like, well, we can't. He comes out and says, well, we can't do that to farmers. We can't just we can't let all these good workers go that are here illegally, all right? We can't leave our farmers high and dry. And it's like, you know what? Hold on, man. Fuck that, all right? You gotta go. If you're here illegally, pack your shit, get the fuck out. Just that simple. I've taken that stance for the last fucking, 7, 8 years. I haven't changed. Trump is starting to change. And the reason why, you got to ask yourself, what is the reason why he's changing? Okay? Who is influencing him? Who is backing him with all these millions of dollars, okay? And, it's starting to look like, and I've been saying it for a little while now, it's starting to look like Trump is compromised, okay? The last, in my opinion, beacon of hope from a human standpoint, all right, from a politician standpoint, is gone, okay? He's gone. I don't know what the fuck happened, but somewhere in 2019 to somewhere in 2021, the dude is gone, all right? This is not the guy I voted for in 2016. It's just not, bro. And I love Trump. It hurts me to say it. All right? But he is surrounded by, in his first term in 2016, all right? He didn't really know who to fucking pick for his administration, okay? He made some terrible mistakes with, like, Paul Ryan. What's that one dude's name? John Bolton. There's a bunch of people he had in his administration that were bad picks, okay? I can forgive that. That was the first time around, okay, made some mistakes, put some people in position that shouldn't have been there, okay? But you've been around for a little while, bud, all right? Well, it's 2025. This is your second term. And you got people like Pam Bondi, okay, in a position of power, okay, as the Attorney General. And she's already spent time covering up the Epstein case in Florida. So now she's doing it again, just from a federal level. Okay, to come out The problem is, now, if they would have said in the very beginning, okay, the very beginning, all right, right before they, Pam Bondi started doing everything. Like, let's just say she just became the Attorney General. Now, if she would have come out and said, hey, let's pump our brakes on the Epstein thing, let me look and see what the hell's going on. I don't want to jump to any conclusions. I don't want to jump to any assumptions. But no, she said, all of this evidence is sitting on my desk, okay? And let's get let's get some of the most prominent right-wing influencers, invite them to the White House, give them a fucking binder with nothing in it, okay? Nothing in it. Almost every page was redacted, okay? And I don't know if if people that don't follow politics, this happened probably about 3 months ago, okay? They gave all these prominent right-wing influencers this binder that says, like, the Epstein files, release number 1 or some shit like that. Pam Bondi did. And then they come out of the White House and they all took like a photo op with these fucking binders. Come to find out there was nothing in it. Okay? There was nothing in it that people didn't already know. And then there was a bunch of information in there that was redacted. Okay? It made those people look like fucking idiots. And some of them still are. Okay? Some of them still are. But there was a couple mixed in there. It was like, what the fuck? So, and then Pam Bondi's went on Fox News numerous times and said, hey, that information's sitting on my desk. We found some stuff here. The Epstein list is being released here soon. The Epstein list this. Well, we want to try to protect the victims. And I knew from the very beginning that list was never coming out. Okay, there is a list. It exists. You're just never, ever going to see it. Ever. Yeah, I do agree with that, Chopsticks. Cash is compromised. Dan Bongino's compromised. Pam Bondi's compromised. And I believe there is a reason why the list isn't coming out. I just don't give a fuck. Okay? I just don't care. Release it. Okay? I don't want to ever be like, well, I think the reason why the list isn't coming out is because it's going to hurt so-and-so. I don't give a fuck. I don't care who's on that list. If Trump is on that list himself, it needs to be released. These people need to be investigated. These people need to be convicted of any crimes that they've committed. Okay? Now, do I believe Trump is on that list to a level of where he messed with kids? No. No, I just don't believe he's on that list, okay? But I do believe there are some very rich and powerful people in the UK and, let's say, the royal family that they don't want to get exposed. And then there's powerful leaders from other countries that are probably on that list, too, that they don't want to let get exposed, okay? That's what it comes down to. That's why they're not releasing it. Because I believe there's probably Democrats and Republicans that are on that list. And if they revealed that list and the evidence that they had, it would probably, crumble everything. But I'm in the business of who gives a fuck, okay? That's the business I'm in. I'm in the business of release it all, okay? The American people have the right to know, okay? The thing is, the one thing that pisses me off, okay, you come out, you're Pam Bondi, you come out on Fox News and other news organizations and you say like, oh yeah, we got all this evidence is sitting on my desk, I'm reviewing it, I'm trying to protect the victims, oh yeah, it's going to be released here soon. And then they come out and say, well, wait a minute, that list never existed. Okay, the list never existed. Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, which is weird, bro. Weird. All right. Not that the video they released and that story just doesn't make sense. So I can tell you one thing. I've kind of been sitting back and I'm like, am I gonna talk about this on my live stream? Am I gonna talk about this? And I can't think of anything else that I want to talk about because this pisses me off. This is at the point where it's like, you know what? It's a big fuck you to Trump's base is really what it comes down to. The whole shit about protecting illegal immigrants, bringing people over on visas, not really kind of sort of fucking securing the border, okay? All this shit along with hiding the Epstein list, bombing Iran. They send us fucking scraps with the big, beautiful bill. Like, fuck you, man. Fuck you. I'm to the point now where it's like, I don't trust anybody in the government. I had just a little sliver of hope for Trump. Now, I think the only way to do it is to start from the fucking bottom. And I think that's what a lot of people are starting to realize is like, you're not going to, with where we're at right now, I don't feel like we're ever going to vote our way out. You're never going to vote your way out of this fucking mess. You're never going to vote your way out of this debt. It just ain't going to happen. Okay? You're not going to vote your way out of these overseas fucking wars. Our cucking to Israel. You're just not going to vote your way out of it. And you can read into that however you want, but it's just the simple facts. Nothing's changed. It's a uniparty. They're all working in unison to protect themselves, to enrich themselves. Okay, and I thought maybe Trump in his first term was the outlier, was the outsider coming in to wreck the fucking deep state. And really, I just think he's a player in the fucking game. And it's become sad. It's become sad. And I don't know, maybe behind the scenes they've threatened his family. Maybe they've threatened his kids, his grandkids. Maybe they've threatened to put him in prison for fucking life if he doesn't play ball. Okay? Maybe Israel has something over his head. Alright? I don't know what it is, but I don't fucking like it. And when you come out and try to insult your base that has been with you for 10 years, 10 plus years, and you pretend like the list doesn't exist and we're fucking idiots for even bringing up Epstein and wanting to know anything about Epstein, that's a big fuck you to your base. And like I said, I've been a Trump supporter for 10 years. I've watched this guy pretty much take a brutal ass beating for the American people, but it doesn't look like it did in 2016 to 2020. It looks fucking different. And I don't know what you want to say that different is, but it's not fucking good. The cucking to Israel alone pisses me off. Why the fuck are we so influenced by this country's fucking the way they want to do stuff in the Middle East? Who gives a shit? Let them people in the Middle East fight each other. Let them kill each other. Let Israel do whatever the fuck they want. Let Iran do whatever the fuck they want. Why are we involved? We shouldn't be. We spend so much time being the world police that we can't take care of our own fucking issues. We just can't do it. This is me like finally saying, you know what? Enough's fucking enough. You want to cover up for pedophiles? That's fine. I'm just not. Don't expect me to fucking support you. And really, we're going to watch some videos here in a minute. I got some clips set back that I want to watch today from like prominent right-wing people. But one of them is Nick Fuentes. He talked about, Trump is pretty much in a position where he doesn't have to do anything. He's not being the president and having to accomplish things because he's going to run during the next term. Like, you get what I'm saying? He's not running for president again. He's in a position of power, and he doesn't need his fucking base anymore. He doesn't need us anymore. All right? And I thought it might go the opposite way, where it was like, okay, I'm not running for re-election anymore. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'm going to give my base everything they want. And in reality, it's been the exact opposite. And I haven't seen one thing that's like, all right, this is pretty positive that I think it might turn some shit around. Okay? And I hope I'm wrong. We're 6 months into it, and I'm already starting to get pissed off. Yeah. So, and plus I'm irritable today. I've been dealing with poison ivy. So I have poison ivy all over my arms, and I've been irritated with that today. I got to go to urgent care tomorrow. I wasn't even going to go live because I was so annoyed with it. But I wanted to go live. I wanted to watch some of the clips. I wanted to talk about my stance on the Epstein list. I say release it all. Fuck them all. Okay? I'll tell you this. From 2016 to 2019, some of the shit that I found on the internet about Epstein, about sex trafficking, Comet Pizza or whatever, Pizzagate. A lot of people have been convinced that Pizzagate was fake. Might want to look a little bit more into that one. Okay? There's a lot of shit that went on behind the fucking scenes that people don't understand, weren't following, didn't give a shit about. Okay? I was following this shit from like 2015, 2016, all the way to 2019 and beyond. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there was a lot of shady shit going on with Obama, Hillary Clinton, John Podesta. Okay? And I know I'm forgetting a few people, but there was a lot of crazy shit going on behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about. And then that's when all the shit with Epstein came out. Then you had Pedophile Island. You had his property was seized. They've never really went into that like, I want to see fucking video evidence of that property. Okay? If we believe that he was what he said he was, okay? Like a sex trafficker, a pedophile, he was holding these parties for these big time elite people, all right? And basically feeding them. And I know this video is probably going to get kicked off of YouTube, and I don't give a shit. Feeding these people, these fucking... Jeffrey Epstein was feeding these people these fucking kids. Okay? If we believe he is who he says he is, then we need to see what the fuck was on that island. Alright? As the American people, we need to see. And you'll never see it. They've probably removed every shred of evidence off that fucking island. And you'll never fucking see some of that shit. It's because they don't want you to see it. And, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like all the shit that was uncovered was just covered right back up. Yeah, and I see what you're saying there, Spencer. You say at least Trump's policies are good. I don't know. They might be good, but I don't know who they're good for. Because I honestly don't think they're going to be good for us in the long term. I think they help rich people stay rich. But I don't know. A lot of people are saying, well, there's no taxes on tips. Fuck you. Like, let's get the fucking interest rates on housing down. Okay? Let's fucking kick out all the illegals. I want them all gone. Bye. I have zero sympathy for you. If you've been here 20 years and you've been here working, okay, but you came here illegally, time to go. Pack your shit. Well, they didn't do anything. They're law-abiding citizens. No, they broke the law. They came here illegally. Get the fuck out. If I went illegally into Russia, do you know what mandatory jail sentence is in fucking Russia for coming into their country illegally? It's 2 years. 2 years mandatory prison sentence. And then I think it's like 2 years hard labor afterwards. Every country has a strict border policy. If you break that border policy, you go to jail. Like if you come into their country illegally, you go to prison. This country, it's like, meh, well, we're kind of up in the air about it. Fuck you. Anyway. I'm getting off on a rant now about illegal immigration. I'm in rare form tonight, let's put it that way. I think I'm just to the point where it's like, I've been a Trump supporter for years. I appreciate some of the shit he did in his first term, but his second term has looked fucking horrendous. It's not good. And I know after some people hear this, they'll be like, well, man, I don't know, you kind of sound like a liberal. Trust me, I'm not. Trump's more liberal than the fucking almost every Republican president we've ever had. Okay? The dude's a populist. He's not a conservative, okay? He should be a conservative, but he's not. Anyway, but I knew that voting for him. I knew he wasn't conservative. Even though everybody claimed he was like Hitler and was a Nazi and shit. Okay, so I want to play this clip by Nick Fuentes on the Alex Jones show. This kind of explains where we're at with Trump. Yes, Damo, I agree. I'm realizing it doesn't matter who's president, the deep state controls them. That's the sad reality. That's the black... See, that's the black pill I'm talking about. Like, it's sad to fucking realize that. Okay? And I want to have hope. I wanted to have hope for Trump's second term. And it started off good. I'll say this. Like, the first couple days started off good. Got everybody out of fucking jail. Well, almost everybody out of jail from January 6th. Started out fucking great. I'm like, dude, he better fucking do that. And he held his promise on that. And then after that, everything's been downhill ever since, in my opinion. Yeah. I don't know. I think he's more of a Democrat. With the way he acts. So, I don't know, man. This is just my opinion. Alright? If I spent fucking 4 years getting absolutely blasted by Democrats and the fucking deep state and like however he made it out to be, you know, the fake news media, and then they cheated me out of the election in 2020, and I somehow became president again, which is, you know, I always said I didn't think they'd ever make him president again. Now I'm like starting to see why. And I know it sounds fucked up, but I don't know, maybe the reason why he's president now is because he's actually gotten to the point where he'll do what the Jews want him to do. Yeah, that's just my opinion. And but anyway, if I was at that point, if I had been slandered for fucking 8 years in the media, harassed, indicted, arrested, my family's house, my fucking raided, all right, all this shit happened to me. Oh, dude, there would be kid gloves would be off if I ever became president again. Like if I was in Trump's shoes. So what I'm saying is he gets in and it's all of a sudden, well, you know, I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that, and it's like pussyfooting around, dude. The Republicans are in control of the Senate, the House, the fucking Supreme Court, and they have a Republican president. There's no excuses. Whatever you want to get done right now, get it done. Okay? They could have took that Epstein client list and revealed it. And they could have put out all the evidence on Epstein, JFK Jr., Martin Luther King Jr. They could have put all that evidence out of all that shit that they've been hiding from the American people for years. They're not going to do that. Okay? Now, they can say, like, well, we released everything with JFK Jr. I don't think they did. I don't know. There's just shit in the government you will never find out answers to. That's why I'm starting to believe that politics is just fucking gay. It's just gay. But anyway, here's this clip from Alex Jones and Nick Fuentes. I thought this clip was interesting, so we're going to go ahead and watch it. Let me go ahead and get it pulled up. This is a clip I saved on X. So here we go.
I think that he's acting without limit. He's clearly acting without any kind of constraints. You know, and there was this idea that because he doesn't have to run for another term, because he's a lame duck, that he could really deliver the revenge. You know, he doesn't have to care about re-election, so he could really put the screws in the deep state. That was kind of how it was sold. But of course, the flip side of that coin is he doesn't have to worry about re-election, so he can betray the voters. He can do anything. It does not matter. He's not seeking re-election. At the end, he can pardon himself. In a certain sense, he's invincible. And, you know, he's broken the compact with the voters on no new wars. He crossed that red line already. He's broken the compact on mass deportations. It isn't happening. It's not going to happen. Now he's broken the compact on Epstein. If he's willing and able to do this, it truly shows he's acting without any limitation. And I like what you say, this sinking feeling. There is this sense of we're now trapped with him. It's like you're not locked in here. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. Now we're locked in here with this. And, you know, to your point, we'll touch on this later. Is this now this vengeful madman? Is he now angry with the base? Does he now hate us? If we say to Trump, we didn't vote for a war with Iran. We didn't vote for a so-called work program for illegal immigrants on farms. We didn't vote for burying the Epstein story. Is he now going to turn his ire on us? Is this like a Game of Thrones, burn them all? Now we're going to be destroyed? I hate to say it, but this is what I said a year ago. This is what I said was going to happen. And so there is this terrifying reality. And I said, we don't know. We can only speculate. There's this question. Who exactly are we dealing with? Who is this person? Who is Trump? He's a sort of strange, eccentric figure. He's never really had a very profound testimony about his faith in God or Christ. Just who is this person that we're dealing with? Now we sort of realize what we've done here. Maybe we've let in a dragon, whereas the deep state was ineffective in some ways and kind of run by incompetence. Now we've let in Peter Thiel, Trump. We've let in J.D. Vance. These and I know you like Vance. I view them as sort of sociopathic. It's like, what is this element? It's like this very strange and evil element that we're now seeing going completely mask off. And I don't like any of it. I feel a deep sense of being disconcerted at this point.
Nick, stay there. I'm not going to go as far as you, but unfortunately, I was watching you a year ago say all this, and now it's coming true, and I'm getting a sinking feeling. But I'm crossing my fingers and saying a prayer. You're wrong.
Yeah, I'm crossing my fingers and saying a prayer that he's wrong too. But I'll tell you one thing: you might not like Nick Fuentes, you might not agree with every way he thinks, okay? But he's been right about a lot of shit, okay? A lot of his predictions about Trump, how his second administration would go, he's been pretty right on so far. Okay, I mean, I don't know. It's starting to look a little rough. And, you know, if we can't hold the people on the list, well, I don't know. There is no list. My bad. There's no list. If we can't hold the people accountable for these fucking crimes against children, and we can't expose this shit and bring this shit to the light, then what the fuck are we doing? All right? And I think that the whole operation was ran by Mossad, by the Zionist Jews, all right? And I think that's who Epstein was working for, in my opinion. And there's a lot of powerful people on both sides, Democrat and Republican, that would probably be exposed if that list came out. And that's why I said it, and I could probably pull up a live stream from about 6. Well, I think it was before Trump got elected. It was sometime last year. I said, you'll never see that fucking list. You're never going to see that list. And I was right. I was hoping I was wrong, but I was right. And there's been a lot of people like justifying it on the right side. Like, well, how important is the... Like, dude, if you go on X, it's fucking sickening. Some of the people. And this fucking asshole was one of them. And I'm going to play this clip because I don't like this fucking loser. And I'm going to find this clip and I'm going to play it. There it is. Let me pull it up. Fuck this fucking loser. Ben Shapiro. Let's see what good old Ben's got to fucking say about it. Since he's so smart and high and mighty and all that fucking horse shit. What a loser. Him and his little tiny gay hat.
We now have the answers. And the problem is this. People who never hedged their bets, people who never at any point suggested to you that they don't have data to back up the speculation, that the speculation was in and of itself the conclusion that if you speculate without evidence that amounts to an actual conclusion to an investigation, they're going to be very upset today, because it turns out that the DOJ and the FBI have concluded that Epstein didn't have a client list and died by suicide, according to a memo detailing the findings obtained by Axios. Now, again, does this put to bed like all inquiries? Of course not. People can continue to speculate as much as they want. And I think there's still open questions here regarding how did Epstein make his money? But that's a very serious open question. And the speculation for a long time was he made his money from blackmail. But
why is Ghislaine Maxwell in prison? She's in prison for 20 years for sex trafficking. Who did she sex traffic the kids to? Who did she sex traffic for? There's so many questions. If the list never existed, Epstein killed himself, he wasn't involved in any of this shit, then why is she in prison? Don't get me wrong, I think she's in prison for a very good reason. But it don't make sense if this is the DOJ's findings. It doesn't make sense, bro. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Alright? It doesn't make sense.
DOJ and the FBI, again, run by people like Dan Bongino and Kash Patel and Pam Bondi, are telling you, I'm not telling you, they're telling you, people who are members of the Trump administration, people you elected and put into these positions to get you the truth on this matter, are telling you that he didn't, in fact, he was not murdered, he did not keep a client list, and he did not blackmail powerful figures. Okay, right, that is the thing that they are saying, not I. They are saying this. If you're willing to throw that over and claim they're lying, then I'd like to see you present your evidence that they are in fact lying. Because I know Dan. I don't think that Dan Bongino is lying to me. I know Kash Patel a little bit. I don't think Kash Patel is lying to me. I don't think these people are lying to me. Which means that if somebody else continues to claim that they're lying, they ought to provide their evidence at this point. And now is the point at which the facts on the ground have changed. And so either you ought to shift your opinion based on the facts that have now emerged, or you ought to acknowledge that this was never a fact-based inquiry in the first place.
There's so much to unpack there, okay? And the reason why I say there's so much to unpack there is because he wants to, what Shapiro is doing here, okay? He is putting this out here and saying, well, you have to prove the facts, okay? Not really, okay? Because it was already proven that Epstein was doing this shit in New York, in Florida, okay? And on his fucking island. I mean, they supposedly had mountains of evidence. And I've seen some of the shit that I was able to locate on the fucking web. Some of it on the dark web, which I don't recommend doing that. I've seen shit that I wish I could unfucking see. But Ben Shapiro, what he's doing here is he's telling you, well, now you have to prove that they're wrong. No, fuck you, man. Fuck you. And your little tiny hat, you little bitch. This is the thing, okay? Of course he's going to side with Dan Bongino. Of course he's going to side with Kash Patel. And I'll give you exactly the reason why, okay?
We now have the answers. And the problem is
this. Give me 2 seconds and I'll show you why. Alright, so it's pretty fucking easy to find on a quick search on X. So there you go. Here's Dan Bongino on Israel.
That's right. What cause is dear to your heart?
Cause is dear to my Israel.
What cause is near and dear to your heart, Dan? What cause is near and dear to your heart? Tell everybody so we can all fucking hear it.
That's right. What cause is dear to your heart?
Cause is dear to my Israel. The defense of Israel.
What is number one?
We need America to wake up and prioritize.
Oh, Kash
Israel,
Patel?
Kash
Kash Patel?
and make sure we stand by our number one ally in Israel.
Make sure we stand by our number one ally in Israel. So, of course, Ben Shapiro is going to side with them. It only makes fucking sense. They're both supporting Israel. I mean, it's not really hard to figure out, okay? You do the research. You look it up. I mean, it's a big fucking club, all right? And you're not in it. What happened? Just trying to lie? I missed it. I say we expose pandas. Now, I'm telling you, bro, you need to look into that shit. Pandas aren't pandas, okay? They're just midgets in panda suits. They don't exist. No, in all seriousness, I thought about what I said on the Pause podcast the other night. And they both just looked at me like, what the fuck is he talking about? But no, the basis is, like, some people believe that pandas don't fucking exist. And then there's other people that believe that pandas never existed in the wild and they were, like, genetically engineered. Like, they don't really exist in the wild. They've always been, like, a zoo animal. And they've always been, like, a mixed breed of a bunch of different fucking animals. I don't know. That's just what I read. I didn't say I believed it. I didn't say I believed that shit. I'm 50-50 on pandas, too. Fake ass bear. Don't get me started on fucking pandas. Alright, we'll get down the rabbit hole. But Honcho says, what doesn't make sense is if the Fed government wasn't going to release the list, then why arrest Epstein in the first place? I don't know. That's a fucking good question. It's a good question. They arrested Epstein. And then you got fucking the diddler out there. Diddling motherfuckers. Alright? And he's going to get away scot-free too. A lot of people say he'll get 2 years in prison. I don't even believe that. I don't even think he's going to get 2 years in prison. Pandas are spies from China. Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying, dude. It's little midget Chinese men in there and shit, bro. That ain't real animals, alright? They're midgets in panda suits masquerading at your fucking favorite zoo. Yeah, Honcho, it is. It's all fucked up, man. It's all fucked up. It's all fucked up. That's the only way I can explain it, bro. It's all fucked up. It's fucking bullshit. It's frustrating, I'll tell you that. It's frustrating. So I do have a clip I want to watch from Elijah Schaefer. But before we do that, I'm going to play a clip by Andrew Tate. And the reason why I played this clip is because I'll give you a little bit of context because he has a little bit of writing here before the video. Oh, shit. Why? Why didn't it share? There it goes. Alright, so Andrew Tate came out the other day when they said there was no Epstein list. He said, I told you about Epstein. Nobodies don't understand that they don't matter and never will. Elites don't care about your quest for justice. You're a nobody. It's a big club and you're not in it. Okay? And now we're going to watch the clip. Now, I'm not necessarily saying I agree with I'm not saying I like what he's fucking saying, but he might be right. Okay? He might be right. I'm not saying I fucking like it, but here we go. So this was probably, I think, like 6 months ago or so. He was on the Patrick Bet David podcast.
Money is the driving force behind all politics. It always will be, because it is your primary objective to not only make people believe they can be rich, but to keep your rich people happy, to keep your oligarchy happy, and to keep them politically invested in you. So you talk about the Epstein list. I would argue it's a very similar scenario. It's all about money. It's all about who has the money and controlling the money. Is America as a country prepared to upset all of its richest people? I don't know. Is it? Is it prepared to upset all of its richest people to appease?
We got the answer to that. The answer is no. Is America willing to upset all the richest people? No. Nope. Nope.
I don't know. Is it? Is it prepared to upset all of its richest people to appease bloodthirsty brokies who don't even care about justice? They just want the drama. Another question, because I would argue that the murders that happen every day on the street are very interesting, but no one cares about that. MS-13 and all this shit, no one really cares about that. But this Epstein list they really care about. They want justice, sure, but it's a drama. It's interesting. They want to find out. They're curious. And I'm asking you, as a professional, you're in charge of a country. Your primary objective is to keep your oligarchy happy, to keep the wealth inside of your nation, and to make them obey you when it comes to sanctions and such other things, and to ensure that the US dollar becomes and stays the predominant currency globally. There's a bunch of bloodthirsty brokies on the internet who barely pay taxes who want to go through a list. Who are you going to prioritize? Who do you care about? I'm not saying it's fair, but anyone who believes the legal systems are fair is a dumbass anyway, because the legal system's never been fair. There's always been a who are you involved in all legal cases. So when you talk about the Epstein things, I sit and think it's all money orientated. Because broke people like to think that rich people should be held accountable like broke people. And that's a great idea. But guess what? They're not. They're not. Rich people have a different capability to fight against legal cases than a broke person. They can have better lawyers. They have better media spin. They have PR. They have news outlets. I'm not talking about myself because I'm not rich like these people. These people own news networks. They can affect public sentiment, which affects a jury, which affects their case. This is the bottom line of it. At the top level, at the top echelon of fame and money, legal cases aren't even about law. They're just a circus. If they pick you up, it's only deliberately to attack your image. It's not even about law at that point, like Trump. It was only to attack his image. With me, it was to attack my image. They didn't give a shit they got a conviction. They got a shit about keeping me in a country where I couldn't work, trying to take away all my money, and slandering me every day on the news. That's all they wanted to do. So you have to analyze these things as a professional and understand you're talking about the most powerful people in the world on this list, perhaps. And you're asking, why has the list not come out? I would argue that the most powerful people in the world, if they have half a brain, are talking to Cash and Pam and saying, look, maybe this is on, maybe I'm on that list, maybe I did something bad, but also look at all the good I've done, this. You want to appease a few Twitter autists, but it's going to have this consequence, that consequence, that consequence, that consequence, that consequence. And then as a rational adult, there's rational conversations to have. And rational conversations are about subjectivity and compromise. It's not about sitting and saying, that's the law, so that's what we're going to do, da-da-da. And that's what we all like to believe, that the law is the law, and we all stick to the law. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with what he says, but he might be right. Okay, he might be right, bro. He might be right. You know, I think that, I mean, there's obviously different levels to this fucking law, okay? Who has to follow the law, who fucking doesn't. Alright? Like, people like me and you, we gotta follow the fucking law. People with a lot of money, they don't necessarily have to follow it as much. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think you'll ever see the list. I think they did the final sweep. They took every little tiny bit that you could possibly talk about with the Epstein case, took the rug and was like, swept it right under the fucking rug. Right under the fucking rug. Hey, what up, Slinko? I see Slinko in the chat. What up, brother? So Damo says the law is only forced upon the populace and the rich who don't bend the knee to the elite. Exactly. And then Damo come in with another dope comment. He said child trafficking is a hot commodity for the elites. I believe Trump was a Trojan horse to get the American people hopeful for change. But in the end, he's just like everyone else. Yeah, and that's what I'm starting to realize. I mean, I saw little bits of it when he was running. I mean, it's been like this since some of the shit he was saying in 2023, 2024. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought there for a while they might have replaced him with a clone. And I know people say, oh, that's crazy, man. Well, that's crazy talk. Is it? Is it? I don't know. I think our government is way more capable of doing shit than what people realize. And pandas are 100% fucking fake. I'm no longer 50-50 on them. Okay? They're really just midgets. Asian midgets dressed in panda suits. That one was for DM Films. Yeah. But anyway. See if Dio Phillips is still
Money
listening.
is to drive.
Yeah, exactly. They've been cloning since the 70s, so it's not impossible. Yeah, I don't think you've seen the same fucking Joe Biden for 4 years. I think you were seeing different versions of Joe Biden. But then why would they go? They got to make it believable. They got to make it believable. Look at this man. He's overcome everything. He's overcome an attempted assassination. He's overcome 34 felonies. They've put him and his family through hell. They've done this, they've done that. And I just feel like we're starting to see like this fucking shift, bro. And it's like almost like he hates his base. And it's like, he even come out and said the other day, I heard him, and I don't have the clip, but he come out the other day and called people radical right. Like, fuck you, man, because I'll tell you this, Mr. President, all right, the radical right got you elected the first time. Okay, the only reason we're radical right now is because we've been blackpilled over the fucking government corruption over the last 10 years that we've witnessed firsthand. It's like you witness something. It's like almost like witnessing like a car accident, okay? You see this car accident and you're like, oh my God, this is fucking crazy. And like a cop shows up at the scene and he goes, yeah, that was crazy, wasn't it? Tell me what you saw. And then you tell him what you saw and it's like, well, maybe it wasn't that bad. And it's like, oh, okay, well, maybe it wasn't that bad. And then it's like, well, yeah, it definitely wasn't that bad. And I was like, oh, well, okay. And then they're like, well, are you even sure a fucking car accident happened? It's like that's how quick it goes too. It's almost like they're like trying to convince you none of this stuff ever happened. Okay, the WikiLeaks. Okay, you want to see some fucked up shit? I mean, you can still find some of the emails out on the internet. Okay, I don't know, man. Powerful politicians asking for $36,000 worth of hot dogs. Seems fucking weird. Alright? Pizza parties. And you talk about this nowadays and people are like, you're crazy, man. All that shit's been debunked. Where? Show me. I would love to see where that shit's been debunked, because it hasn't. It's just been ignored, swept under the rug. And they've eventually just kind of gotten to the point where almost like they haven't publicly said it. Well, some people have. But they haven't had the DOJ come out and publicly say it. Like, this shit never existed. None of this shit ever existed. I don't know, man. Yeah, Honcho, hold on to your 2As. And to be honest, I like the deportations, but the way the Fed government can come to a group of people and snatch them up is crazy. Imagine this being used nefariously. It will be. It will be. With that Palantir... Yeah, if they implement Palantir, it's some kind of tracking system, some kind of AI tracking system. They're eventually turning on the American people. I'm telling you, they're setting up something super nefarious. Right? They want this to be a police state more than what it already is. Okay? You won't be able to wipe your ass in fucking peace. And I sit back and sometimes, dude, I'm telling you. I feel like I'm fucking alone, dude. I feel like I'm alone. And that's kind of the way they want you to feel. Alone, depressed, defeated, black-pilled. Alright? But it's a lonely place to see all of this shit and go, fuck. And you're like digging and scraping for hope. Digging, scraping. And then there's other people that are just like, meh. And they're just getting by in life. And they're like, fuck it. You know, we don't really care that much. And it's like, I don't know. 10 to 20 years, they're going to release the Epstein files. Oh, shit. Just like they did with the JFK and alien files. Yeah. I still don't believe there's any aliens, but I don't know. I don't know what to fucking believe in this world anymore. I think we're all in some kind of simulation. Some days I think and I look and I see shit happen, and it's not just with politics, it's just in life in general. I think, dude, are we in some kind of like, what the fuck is this? This doesn't even feel like the same fucking world I grew up in. It's weird, bro. Thanks, Damo. I appreciate you. I'm being dead serious, bro. It's a very, all joking aside, it's a very lonely place. And I think that's why I walked away from talking about politics for a while. It's a lonely place, bro, to be shown some of this stuff. I think the shit that I saw with like WikiLeaks, Hillary Clinton, John Podesta, all that shit, when all that shit come out, I think that shit changed me for fucking life, bro. Like, that shit affected me. Yeah. Never believed in aliens. Yeah, I don't know if I believe in aliens. I don't know. Some people do, some people don't. I just don't believe in it. They're going to have to come down and abduct me to believe it, I guess. I don't know. Just as long as they don't anal probe me. All right? And go. I think they've already come down and anal probed Ryan Upchurch, but that's just my opinion. He was a willing participant. It's not the same because everything we learn and know is taught to us by the same people we despise. Truth. I don't know, man. It's just weird, bro. It's weird. I don't know. Anyway, I got a couple more clips I want to play. I got one in particular. I want to show some love to Elijah and his crew. So give me 1 second. I'm going to play their full clip, and it's pretty long. Oh, where the fuck did it go? Oh, hold on. So they talked about this the other day, and he clipped it out. He's got like a 14-minute clip that I'm going to play. I'll probably let a lot of it play through. I won't stop it a whole lot. So, let me go ahead and pull it up. That wasn't aliens, that was Hosier. Give you the church treatment. He likes anal probes from aliens at the Lube Ranch. Faggot. Alright, so this is from this clip, and let me stop it because I'm on YouTube now. Hold on. Alright, so this is a clip from Rift TV. This is hosted by Elijah Schaefer, and then it also has, who does it have? A guy by the name of Snowflake News, Michael Hennessy, and then this guy named Braden and Sarah. I can't remember either one of their last names, but this clip I thought was pretty good. It's titled FBI Hides Epstein Truth. Shocking cover-up exposed. So let's go ahead and get into it.
He didn't take money from AIPAC. Everybody knows that, right? So this is
on.
all about...
It's like playing in the background or something.
Well, it doesn't seem like things are going too well for the Trump administration. RiftTV.com reports that Trump's FBI is slammed. Go to put that on the screen there. Trump's FBI is slammed. Nope. Put it on the screen. Doof, doof. There you go. You just go full screen usually when we're going from the show there. Just put that full screen there.
Hey, Mike. Mike's their producer. And I'll just say this. Mike needs to be deported. I'm just kidding. Get it together, Mike. What the fuck?
Trump's FBI slammed for whitewash as Epstein client list mystery deepens. RiftTV.com reporting that the U.S. Department and the Federal Bureau of Investigation have concluded An exhaustive review of Jeffrey Epstein's case findings no evidence of a client list or blackmail scheme involving prominent individuals, according to a 2-page memo published Monday. The memo, which details a thorough investigation of Epstein files, also reaffirms that Epstein died by suicide on August 10th, 2019 at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York City while
Seems
awaiting
right to
trial
me.
on federal sex trafficking charges. And it's just making me sick. Let's talk about this. Let's jump into it. Alicia Powell reported here about Trump's FBI being slammed for the whitewash as Epstein client list mystery deepens. As we mentioned, the findings first obtained by Axios align with prior conclusions from the city's chief medical examiner, the U.S. Attorney's Office in Manhattan, and the DOJ's Inspector General, supported by video footage from the prison's common area. The footage, which has not been independently verified, shows no one entering the tier when the Epstein cell was located between 10:40 p.m. on August 9th and 6:30 a.m. the next morning. Here's the original footage they just released 6 years later after saying that the footage didn't exist, but then Bongino said, we found the footage, but we had to they said they had to turn up the contrast, color correct, and turn up the clarity of the image. So the FBI found it, needed several months to make adjustments that you can make on your iPhone in about 15 seconds, released it, and this is, we're supposed to believe, how do we even know what day this is? You know, this looks like something you'd see in a movie where they just like put timestamps over something. It's like, it's got timestamps, so you must believe it.
Minutes too.
Did they really?
Yeah, if you look, I think it's between the hours of midnight, the end of midnight and 1 a.m. or something like that. There's like a quick 2 minutes.
So, when the Epstein shit happened, okay, when he supposedly committed suicide, they said that, like, the security camera, like, malfunctioned, okay, and they didn't have any security tape, okay. Now it's been, like, I think, like, what, a couple years? All right, and now all of a sudden they're like, oh, we got this tape. Check this out. And it's like, like, how easy would it be for them to, like, come up with some kind of tape and to put it out there, okay? AI, CGI, whatever the fuck you want to do to come up with something. Timestamp it, all that bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Damo. One thing I learned about the system is that they always have us picking a side, from sports to race, and even in politics, it's all a scam to keep us divided so we never unite and take over. Truth. Deep fake videos, yeah, I agree with that one too. So let's go back just a little bit so we get the full context of what they're saying.
You must believe it.
Minutes too.
Did they really?
Yeah, if you look, I think it's between the hours of midnight, the end of midnight and 1 a.m. or something like that. There's like a quick 2 minute skip where the clock will go, 9, 10, 11, 14, 15, 16, 17. So it just skips through.
I mean, the whole thing's suspicious too. How do you just all of a sudden find the video? Like, was it hidden behind like the coffee, the coffee machine at work, or, for so long they lied to us. They told us.
Yes, it was behind the coffee machine the whole time. All right. Here it is. Oh, shit. This proves that he committed suicide.
Skips through.
I mean, the whole thing's suspicious too. How do you just all of a sudden find the video? Like, was it hidden behind like the coffee, the coffee machine at work, or, for so long they lied to us. They told us that there was no video. For me, I have a lot of questions about this video in particular, but they tell us, okay, there's no evidence. There's nothing that shows, anything that happened that night. And then all of a sudden they're like, you know what? He killed himself. And there's nobody else on the list. And guess what? We found the video. Nobody's buying it.
No, not at all. And then it turns into this whole thing of, well, like, okay, here's the take. Either Pam Bondi is a liar when she said she had the files, in which case she's not competent or fit to be attorney general, or she's incompetent when she thought she had the files, but they didn't actually exist, in which case she's incompetent and not fit to be attorney general. Either way you look at it, she needs to resign, but we know that that's not going to happen because she works for the Uniparty. That's why we didn't get Matt Gaetz.
Yeah, we didn't get Matt Gaetz because Matt Gaetz apparently likes young girls, but who doesn't? but depends on how young you mean. You know what I mean? Like Epstein young, it's a little bit too young, as in maybe like 8 years too young, maybe.
I still can't get over the scratch on the record when he said that. Let's go back. That was funny.
incompetent and not fit to be attorney general. Either way you look at it, she needs to resign. But we know that that's not going to happen because she works for the Uniparty. That's why we didn't get Matt Gaetz.
Yeah, we didn't get Matt Gaetz because Matt Gaetz apparently likes young girls, but who doesn't? But I mean, depends on how young you mean. You know what I mean? Like Epstein young, it's a little bit too young. You know, as in maybe like 8 years too young. You know, maybe 10 years too young. But in terms of like, you know, I guess Trump always said Epstein liked young girls. That was sort of his thing. Jokes aside about Gaetz, he's innocent. I was there the whole time. I saw everything. He didn't do anything. Trust me. But I do say that the main problem with this is Gaetz was that he didn't take money from AIPAC. Everybody knows that, right? So this is all about we're gonna look into the details here of why they're covering up for what I believe is a Mossad insider blackmail ring. Why Trump would be involved in.
Hey, Honcho, one thing you'll realize about Elijah is he tells a lot of inappropriate jokes at inappropriate times. It was a joke. Yeah. But from somebody never seeing him before, yeah, they would probably be like, what the fuck? But yeah, he tells... let's put it this way. The show is a little bit more buttoned up now, but when he was doing slightly offensive, it was like straight fucking inappropriate joke after another. But anyway.
This. And we can let Trump's own words sort of be put back in his mouth because he's the one who called out. I think you were the one that pointed out last time you were here. Was it you or somebody else that Marco Rubio was unfit for presidential office because he took money from the Adelsons?
Yeah.
And if you take that money, then you're a puppet and a slave for the Israeli regime. Trump then took over $100 million declared, by the way, through actual lobbying. But that doesn't mean that you know, now this is why I hate MAGA now. I kind of hate MAGA because I kind of hate MAGA now. You can call it on the one thing you. No, I'm gonna hate it because anything that Trump said, it doesn't matter if he's being inconsistent. If Trump says it, it's now gospel, and they do that now. Where it's like Trump literally said something smart, which is why we used to like him. Then he goes against what he said, which is what makes us angry. And they're like, "Bro, so what are you anti-Trump?" Like Trump's anti-Trump.
Yeah. It kind of goes with that.
That's the best fucking statement he makes the whole time is, well, I don't know about the whole time, but Trump is anti-Trump when you compare him to now, to 2015, 2016. These motherfuckers would have words for each other, okay? It's not the same. And I hate when the whole, like, MAGA base, all right, the right-wing con inc fucking people are like, this is who Trump always was. And it's like, nah, bro. I don't believe that for a second. But anyway.
That whole quote he had that one time, he could walk in the middle of Times Square and shoot somebody and everybody would still agree with him at some point. And you're seeing that a lot now with the people who just follow blindly anything that Trump does. And the crazy thing, too, is I'm seeing a lot of influencers come out now since they're saying, you know, there's nothing on anybody from the island. There's no list. And a lot of these MAGA, whatever influencers are just saying like, well, the previous administration probably deleted it. And it's like, is this what we're going to go with here, people? That they just came in and decided to delete everything that had to do with Epstein? I'm finding that hard to believe.
Well, regardless of if it's true or not.
And that's what they have been saying. I'll go back a little bit here, but that's what they've been saying is like all these like right-wing content creators, they're like the con inc people. They're like, well, what makes you think that the previous administration didn't delete all the evidence? And it's like, I mean, there is a possibility that could happen, okay? But stop it, all right? I don't know. It's just a big fucking cope at this point. Like, people are just coping with the fact that they just fed us a big load of fucking shit. They told us to chew it up and swallow it. It's basically what they did. They say, hey, here, take this. It's just a big pile of shit. Chew it up and swallow it. Epstein list never was never a thing. Okay? I don't know. It's fucking, more I think about it, pisses me off.
The fact of the matter is, Trump's administration came out and said, we have the stuff. So it goes back to they were either lying or stupid, and neither one of those is a good look. I mean, I made a video today. My post tonight was like, Trump's going to release the Epstein files, and then it cuts to me, and it's like, well, actually, there were no files, and he offed himself. And then I'm getting comments like, well, thank you. I mean, I don't agree with anything you say, but at least you can call out other Republicans. And I was like, whoa, don't group me in with those guys. That's not what we're doing here.
Well, they're doing the party of transparency, allegedly. And then they had all these influencers come in, hold binders, and say the truth is finally going to be released. And then nothing ever got done. The binders had nothing inside them. You know, what they did is they just dragged us along as far as they could. They seen the pressure that they're getting. So the way they responded is just saying there's nothing there, which is absolutely absurd.
By the way, Rovaz, I want to go to Sarah in a second, but I just thought I would read a funny statement. You know, DC Drano, who of course is a friend of the show, and I really like him. We've known each other for about almost a decade now.
I don't
it's the
believe
first time
you.
we probably had a beer together and drank. But he did release a statement about this because, of course, he was one of the individuals that primarily was involved in the what we call Epstein file gate that was happening. He was one of the main people that had the binder, and he put out a response. I don't want to read the whole thing, but I actually wanted to go to you, Sarah, and hear your opinion because he said this, right? We all know. I mean, let me go down here to, I think, did he put up the picture? No, he didn't put up the picture, but he said, as one of the influencers who was given the now infamous Epstein binder, I want to share a few.
Yeah, it's becoming that. You know, it's rough, Damo. It's rough, man. Yeah, Honcho, I've been a Trump guy for a long time, dude. I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like he's like every other one, and I don't know. I'm hoping he does something good. But this was in my opinion, the straw that broke the camel's back to where I'm just not going to fucking support him. I'm just not going to do it. I hope he does something good for the economy and doesn't screw us over any more than what he already has. So, it's pretty much where I'm at with it.
Few thoughts, because we all saw that. We saw them come out with the binder, and I think it's fair. I don't want to jump on this train of like, oh, con ink this, con ink that. Like, let's hear his side of the story. He finally came out and spoke. I'm sure the pressure's been a little high. Did he speak now because he was just given the opportunity to speak? Was he given the order to speak? I don't know, but I can tell you this. He said, I understand the rage people have for demanding the Epstein client list and arrests. Every influencer there that day feels the same anger watching pedo elites get away with the most heinous crimes. We want justice, and almost all of us have called for the client list and arrest for years, is what he claims. We have had no idea we would receive the Epstein binder, so he claims that. I could believe that, right?
Yeah, it's altogether possible that they were just invited to the White House for some influencer thing, and then all of a sudden Pam Bondi is like, "Hey guys, take your binders," and they all went outside. You know, Libs of TikTok was like, "Children were sexually abused," like, which was just crazy of a reaction. But yeah, I could certainly believe it.
Yeah, well, Sarah, I want to go to you because I don't need to read through the whole thing, but essentially he's saying, like, if you look down the whole thing, it's like we had a surprise meeting with JD Vance. Their photo shoot was not planned. He claims number 4. Blah, blah, blah. Just basically saying we're just as mad as you are. We got bamboozled as well. The question is it's bad either way. If they got bamboozled and thinking they got a list that they didn't get, or they were bamboozled, to me, I think that plan A was to release the files. What this shows was a whole other plan, and it kept getting delayed, and it became mop up after mop up after mop up, to where like it comes out kind of like when you finally have to fess up when you do something wrong. You lie and you lie and you lie and you go, you know what?
I want to stop it there for a second because it's right. Like, it was like they just kept coming out and saying shit about it. Like, Trump, like, promised it on his campaign trail that we're going to release the JFK files, Epstein client list, the files we have on Martin Luther King Jr. Like, he just kept fucking talking about it. And then when you get Pam Bondi in there, she just kept talking about it. Like, we're going to release them. We're going to release them. Oh, yeah, we're not holding back. Oh, we're going to release them. And then it's like, matter of fact, they never existed, bitch. Like, damn. And then they expect the American people to not be pissed off about it. And that's what made me mad. Like, the whole fucking saying the list didn't exist. Alright. Then Trump comes out and says, we're still talking about Epstein? And it's like, hold on, motherfucker. Yeah, we're still talking about him. Alright? Because that shit was important, bro. That shit was important. But I don't know. It's super fucking annoying. Let's go back just a little bit.
You know, they got a list that they didn't get, or they were bamboozled. To me, I think that plan A was to release the files. What this shows was a whole other plan, and it kept getting delayed, and it became mop-up after mop-up after mop-up, to where, like, it comes out kind of like when you finally have to fess up when you do something wrong. You lie and you lie and you lie, and you go, you know what? Usually it ends with the truth, where you go, hey, you know what?
Fine.
I cheated, or I stole that from you, or I did hit my little brother, whatever it is people say. But this one, it was like, actually, you hallucinated the whole thing, and everyone who was involved also hallucinated it too, and they're just as mad as you. We're all just as mad because we were all lied to. And as everyone's pointing fingers now, like, we were just all lied to. You, me. And you're like, then who did the lying? If we're all victims, that's what it feels like now, Sarah, that we're all victims. We are muted. By the way, I don't know.
Get it together, Sarah.
Got it. Yeah, I kind of believe DC Drano because I saw statements that were similar from a lot of the other influencers who were there, and it's pretty believable. Like, I think from like Jack Posobiec said similar things, that they didn't know what was going to happen. They thought they received the files. They were happy about it. They didn't plan the photo shoot. They walked out holding them, and I don't know. I don't think they were. I don't think someone.
I don't think any of the influencers knew about it either. I really don't. I think they showed up. They got handed these binders, did some kind of photo op, and then later on just got absolutely embarrassed because there was nothing in the folder. Okay, there was nothing in there. All the shit was like redacted or old information that we already knew. And, like, as far as those people being legitimate people that showed up there, I don't trust any of those people they gave the binders to. That's just my opinion. I think there was a lady there by the name of Liz Wheeler or something like that. I might trust her. Other than that, I wouldn't trust any of those other people. But yeah, that's just my opinion.
Like Jack Posobiec is necessarily part of the deep state, and he's the one. It's Jack Posobiec trying to prevent the release of the Epstein files. Like, obviously that's not true. I think there's just like forces greater than these people, probably even forces greater than Kash Patel and Dan Bongino. I feel like they genuinely do want to see them release, and I don't think we'll ever know the reason why they're not being released. Maybe their families are being threatened. Maybe they have information, blackmail on someone important to them. Maybe, I don't know. They're probably taking orders from someone else. And that's the scary part, is like we don't even know, like we can't even see a list of names of like who exactly is doing the blackmailing and pulling the strings. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, we do know. I mean, look, it's pretty interesting. So Gateway Pundit reported that FBI memo concluded, right, that he committed suicide. But I'm going to go to something else here, which are some videos showing the contradiction. I don't care about the 10 hours of long surveillance. I want to look at this. This is the smoking gun here, which
There's
is
the
Pam
smoking
Bondi
gun.
talking
Get ready.
about the fact that she had the list on her desk a few weeks ago, which means, this is what I mean, somebody's lying. But before we talk about that, please do not forget, and I mean do not forget right now in this time, that there's something very, very important. One of the main things that we need to talk about is, I guess we're going to skip the ads. I don't have any of the stuff in here, but did you put the lower thirds and stuff in there for it?
The new ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I want to talk to you about something tonight, right? Thanks to Hyperbit Technologies for sponsoring today's video. You can get their latest presentation on their website. It's awesome. It's in the description. It's absolutely important that you check it out. This video was conducted on behalf of Hyperbit Technologies and was funded to capitalize on it. I have been compensated for this video, they want me to say. I only express my opinion based on my experience. Financials, to remind people I'm not an expert, and we'll get into that tomorrow because we don't have all the assets here are not working in the script. Anyway, let's just continue on here. So we have the video here where she explains this. Check this out.
You know, I saw your appearance at CPAC with Ben and with Ted Cruz, and one of the things that you alluded to, and this is something Donald Trump has talked about, the DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey.
I mean, just look at that face, bro. Is that a trustworthy face? No. Can we just remove all women from politics already? All women from any kind of position of power? Can we get back to the good old days? Repeal the 19th Amendment? Alright? The only way you can vote is your husband can represent a small piece of your voice, maybe. You can have an opinion. That's about it. Anyway, that was my fucking anti-feminist rant for this evening. Fuck feminism and the 19th Amendment.
Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that. I'm reviewing JFK files, MLK files. That's all in the process of being reviewed because that was done at the directive of the president from all of these agencies.
So have you seen anything that you just said, oh my gosh?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, we'll check back with you. You know, I saw your appearance at CPAC with...
Preach that shit. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I would go on a feminist rant, but I'm not going to. Let's play the rest of this clip. It's almost over. I can't remember what he says here at the end, but
look, I don't know what people want to say about this, but it's like she said they were on her desk, and like I don't want to make this about women lying, but I do know that if you wanted to get someone who would never take accountability for something in the government, my choice would be an Indian person and a female, right? That would be my first choices when it came to people who don't take accountability for their dishonesty and their gaslighting. And I don't mean to make that about race or about gender. It's just like Pam Bondi is known for her cover-ups, especially with Epstein predating all the way here in Florida, right? She was already the attorney involved in that. Plus, you have to realize the prosecutory attorney, right, that is directly involved in the case is Comey's daughter, who also was in charge of the Diddy case. So we have the same prosecutory, attorney that's in charge of what? Both of the intended international blackmail ring trials. And so it's like, the fact that she's saying she had these on her desk, I don't know if she knew she had them. I don't know if she was just lying then like she's lying now. She's just saying what she's told to be said. She's just a puppet. But when they elected Pam Bondi, as actually I said on the show, I remember when they nominated her, I go, this might be the end of the Trump admin because Pam Bondi we're from Florida, she's from here, was always a hack job. And immediately when we were at CPAC, just recently, I remember Ed, who's now on the team here, he's helping with tech, was like, Pam Bondi being involved in the Trump administration, she's a neocon, she's a liar, she's a snake for the regime, and this is going to be very bad. We're not going to get any answers. So he told me this, like, we're not getting any answers. And I feel like with Pam, if you live in Florida, which I barely lived here, but if you live in Florida, immediately you asked people who was a snake here, and immediately people knew it was Pam. She's not even a big Trump supporter herself.
there you go. She's not even a Trump supporter
These are the
herself.
times that shouldn't be.
She's not even a Trump supporter herself. And Damo said, what do Indians do? Yeah, he doesn't like Indian people. Not every one of them, but he has like a beef with Vivek Ramaswamy. He don't like that guy. Like, he tried to ask, he went to some kind of, he told a story, and he has actual video footage of it too. He went to like some kind of, I don't know if it was like a CPAC or something like that. There's some kind of like big conference. And he tried to interview Vivek Ramaswamy, and one of his security guards physically fucking shoved him. And Vivek ignored his question, and ever since then, he's like, yeah, he doesn't like Vivek Ramaswamy at all. But, yeah, I definitely don't think women should be in politics. I don't either. I think they should go sit down and make some sandwiches. But that's just my opinion. Alright, so I do have a couple more clips to watch. I don't know if I'm going to play them or not. You get the fucking point. We're never getting the Epstein list. Alright, actually it doesn't exist anymore. I don't know. I do have some wild ass Nick Fuentes clips that I'm not going to play. Oh, that's from July 1st, July 8th. Today is the 9th. Hold on, let me see which ones I put in here. I'm not going to play some of these clips. I have some good ones, though. Maybe I'll save it for a different stream. I'm tired of talking about this fucking bullshit. It's sad. It's depressing. Nobody in the fucking government likes you. Actually, they all hate you. They want to poison your food, bring illegal immigrants over here, get us into never-ending wars, never bring pedophiles to justice. They want to sex traffic your kids. And then mentally fucking gaslight you. Turn you against your neighbor. Make you hate everybody. Yeah. That's what they want to do. I don't know, man. I'm hoping that everything gets better and we see some kind of progress in other areas. I would like to see something. I ain't seen shit yet. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it for me tonight. I think I'm sitting at about an hour and a half. I think that's about all I got with politics. I would go a lot longer, but I don't really want to be totally honest with you. I don't really want to. But Honcho was in here for a little while. Honcho was talking about the Second Amendment, holding true to that, making sure you're protecting yourself. I would suggest you keep your buddy with you at all times. All right? All times. I'm a huge believer of the Second Amendment, obviously by my name on YouTube. It's not... somebody said something to me one day. I can't remember what they said they thought my name meant. Oh, 2 protects 1. It's not me, like, 2 parents protecting my daughter. No, it's not that. It's the Second Amendment protects the First Amendment. Okay? I am a First Amendment absolutist. I feel like you should be able to say whatever the fuck you want anytime you want to be able to say it. But that's not true in America today. You can't say certain words. You can't criticize certain groups of people. If you do, you'll probably get fired from your job. You'll get fucking... Some places in like the UK, you can go to fucking prison for it. we haven't went there yet. But I am a first speech absolutist. Obviously, there's some stuff I'm not going to say or do and blah, blah, blah. But I feel like the Second Amendment is what's ultimately going to save us in society. I think if they are finally able to take that away from us, we're in fucking trouble. We're in some deep shit. So, that's pretty much it for me tonight. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. I know it isn't the most popular topic. All right. But I think Trump needs to be held accountable for this shit. I think that people need to get loud, keep talking about it, and not shut the fuck up about it until he has to respond to his base. That's just my opinion. But on my way out tonight, I am going to play a new track from Tyson James, okay? Tyson James released a new track on July 4th. I thought it was dope as fuck. I want to do a reaction to it. But it kind of fits this podcast, okay? The end of this podcast. So I'm going to play Tyson James's new track. Dope-ass song that he released on July 4th. And then I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for tonight. So give me 1 second. I'll get it pulled up. Hey, have a good night, Damo. Check out this track. Do a reaction to this song. If you're still in here, Damo, do a reaction to this track. It's called Tyson James, My Buddy. And if you're going to do a reaction, you might not want to listen to it, just to let you know. It's a dope track, though. All right, so I'm going to play this track, and then I'm going to be out for tonight. Have a blessed evening. God bless you. God bless your family. And fuck all these worthless fucking pedophiles. Okay? An Epstein client list does exist, and we're going to keep talking about it so Trump can go fuck off. Okay? We're going to keep talking our shit. Release the list, Trump. Anyway, I'm out. God bless you. God bless your family. And God bless the United States of America. Okay? Fuck the government, though. You get what I'm saying.
Me and my buddies, rolling so deep it ain't funny. Glock 19 in my passenger seat and it got about 20. Pop the trunk, got the AR, make you wanna pray hard. Break up in my house, you get a graveyard. Man, I protect mine, Cuddy. Don't cross the line, you won't get in line, buddy. They say, Tyson, you a Christian, how you like guns? I am not the type to sit and wait for the sirens. If you ain't got a big, you better buy one. I got 2 nines for the swine, why would I run? Oh, a demon gon' catch me slipping. Show up at the crib, you gon' get me tripping. I pack in the no-fly zone. My buddy coming with me everywhere I go. I know, I'm a white boy rapping. Pistol packing, Bible smacking. You ain't gon' catch me lacking, I know. I'm a Jesus rocking, demon stomping. You ain't gon' see me flopping, I grow. When I go, I keep buddy on my hip. 20 in the clip, anybody wanna trip? I'm a two-way savage, a Christian, but I'm not your average, never. Say hello to my friend. I got heat, don't need to pretend. I got kids I need to defend. My peace gon' be with me to the end. Say hello to my friend. I got heat, don't need to pretend. I got kids I need to defend. My peace gon' be with me to the end. Me and my buddies, rolling so deep it ain't funny. Glock 19 in my passenger seat and it got about 20. Pop the trunk, got the AR, make you wanna pray hard. Break up in my house, you get a graveyard. Man, I protect mine, Cuddy. Don't cross the line, you won't get my buddy. My buddy coming with me ain't alone. My buddy coming with me in a gun-free zone. My buddy, mess around and find out. Look, I trust in God, but I'll still pull that 9 out. You ain't gon' take my rights, try to dumb me down. You ain't gon' take my fight, I win. If I go out with a bang, I'm in. My kids are all a part of my gang and I spin. I'm a Pride Month bastion, maybe having daily packing. Threaten me, I may be clapping, go away. I'm a muscle pumping, muzzle dumping. I'm gon' ruffle something, okay. Look, I'm the Bible thumper you were warned about. I got the gunpowder and it's more than just a quarter ounce. I'm a two-way stepper, got guns, and they ain't spraying pepper, never. Say hello to my friend. I got heat, don't need to pretend. I got kids I need to defend. My peace gon' be with me to the end. Say hello to my friend. I got heat, don't need to pretend. I got kids I need to defend. My peace gon' be with me to the end. Me and my buddies, rolling so deep it ain't funny. Glock 19 in my passenger seat and it got about 20. Pop the trunk, got the AR, make you wanna pray hard. Break up in my house, you get a graveyard. Man, I protect mine, Cuddy. Don't cross the line, you won't get my buddy. Me and my buddies,